We've done the gym leaders, next up is the Elite Four. First off, thank you everyone for the immense support I received on the gym leaders video. Genuinely, it blew my most optimistic expectations out of the water. That day was a bit of a roller coaster for me. I was excited and admittedly a bit nervous. Mostly though, it's given me the drive to work on this video sooner than I would have done otherwise. Also, after you've watched, if you've enjoyed, feel free to like and subscribe, it helps me out massively and we're on our way to 3,000 subs. So sit back, relax, and let's point out why the Elite Four are bad. You enter the Elite Four, nerves are kicking in, just beating your annoying rival again. Who are you greeted with? This clown-ass mother... So Will is a Psychic type trainer. Bro thinks he's slick levitating that ball, but we all know he's just got some string or something keeping it up. Either way, he has a team of Psychics leading the Elite Four charge. We have Xatu, level 40, knowing Quick Attack, Future Sight, Psychic and Confuse Ray. Honestly, could have been worse for the first Pokemon. Next up we have Exeggutor, at level 41, with Reflect, Egg Bomb, Psychic and Leech Seed. Why does Game Freak love giving Exeggutor this god-awful signature move? Coming out third, we have got a level 41 Slowbro with Curse, Amnesia, Body Slam and Psychic. Then Jynx at level 41 with Ice Punch, Double Slap, Psychic and Lovely Kiss. And finally, the ace in the hole, a Xatu that's identical to the first Xatu, but it's 2 levels higher. Well, Will, to be honest, you don't have the worst team in the world, but there's a lot of improvements we can make here for sure. To start with, both your leads and your ace are Xatus. Sorry mate, but one is going, and it isn't the ace. Going by the Pokemon Adventures manga, he had a Lugia, so let's give him a full team of them. What? That's a crap idea? Okay, fine. Let's make the lead Espeon, make it level 42 and give it the moves Psychic, Bite, Psych Up and Rest while holding the Mint Berry. Espeon has an interesting move pool to work with, and I want to try going for something a bit different. Obviously we have Psychic for good damage, and Bite is a way to deal with other Psychic types. Psych Up, a weird choice I know, but the thought here is that if the player tries to set up turn 1, then Espeon can copy it and try to keep the playing field level. Lastly, we have Rest, a great healing option, especially when holding the Mint Berry, that will instantly wake Espeon back up. I don't think I'll be giving every Pokemon in the Elite Four items, but I've always wanted to see them incorporated more by the AI. Next up, Will can keep his Exeggutor, but you can get a free rare candy to take you to level 42. Let's give them the moves Psychic, Giga Drain, Leech Seed and Sleep Powder. The plan here is to put the player's Pokemon to sleep, Leech Seed them and start wailing on them. Giga Drain and Leech Seed should give Exeggutor some decent longevity, and Sleep Powder is just nasty. Luckily for the player, Exeggutor is slow, so as long as you outspeed it, you can get an attack or 2 off on it first. Third up, let's change his Slowbro into a Slowking. Functionally very similar, except we can increase the Johto rep. Slowking is blessed with an absurd move pool. I don't know why it can learn Flamethrower, but it can. Let's make Slowking level 42 with the moves Surf, Shadow Ball, Ice Beam, and screw it! Sure, let's give him Flamethrower. I've decided to forego Psychic on this since, to be fair, Will has no shortage of Psychic offense, and instead we can give Slowking the better type coverage. Ice Beam and Flamethrower ensure any grass types thinking they have the advantage won't get out scot-free. And Shadow Ball, while I'm aware it's physical, Slowking actually has okay enough attack, and Ghost and Psychic Pokemon typically have weaker defense than special defense anyway. Next up, instead of Jynx, I'm thinking Girafarig, at level 43 with the moves Psychic, Headbutt, Shadow Ball and Thunderbolt. A unique type with mixed defensive capabilities, we can take advantage of both physical and special here. Ideally with Headbutt, Girafarig can outspeed and flinch, and Thunderbolt will provide some extra coverage that Will otherwise does not have. Lastly, Will's ace, the Xatu. Raised from 42 to 44, it'll have the moves Psychic, Fly, Giga Drain and Confuse Ray while holding the leftovers. So of course we give Xatu a good stab. I was going to give it Drill Peck, but then realised Fly would combo better with leftovers to get more turns to recover. Confuse Ray hopefully aiding that as well. And Giga Drain, well, let's just make this bird always healing some way or another. So here's Will's team. Some more Johto rep and a lot of move coverage. The levels have been increased slightly. My goal here is to close the level gap between the Elite Four and Champion just a bit. Not too much, as I do like the ramping up difficulty from each Elite Four member to the next. Congrats Koga on getting that promotion. I'm sure you've left your gym in capable hands. Okay, well, I'm sure you're a capable Elite Four member. Right off the bat, it may be hard to give decent Johto reps since there's so few poison types in Johto. But honestly, since this Elite Four member is Koga, originally from Kanto, it does make sense actually to have him have a primarily Kanto team. Let's get into it. He leads with a level 40 Ariados. Not the strongest Pokemon, but the moves will make up for it. It knows Spiderweb, Double Team, Baton Pass, and Giga Drain. Giga Drain for 5 PP worth of damage before it can even hurt you. But that isn't all. You can get locked in with Spiderweb. Watch out for that tricky move. And the most heinous strat. Double Team Cheese and Baton Pass to give it a Pokemon that can actually hurt you. Sorry, but this might just be the worst moveset I've ever seen on an Elite Four member. Koga, you actual fool! How did you get promoted? Okay, next up, level 41 Venomoth with Psychic, Gust, Supersonic, and Toxic. Certainly better, but not really good. Venomoth suffers from being an early gen special attacker, but with only physical stab options. Sort of wish they made it part Psychic type, but oh well. After that, Koga has a Forretress. Strangely, I can see why a ninja would use one. It's level 43 with the moves Protect, Spikes, Swift, and Explosion. A bit reminiscent of the Forretress I gave Jasmine actually in my Fixing Johto Gym Leader video. I don't really understand Protect though. Unless Koga's mons get off a Toxic and the player doesn't heal it, then Protect doesn't do much for them. Muck is out next, at level 42 with Sludge Bomb, Acid Armor, Minimize, and Toxic. This is actually my favourite moveset for Koga so far. Good stab, Acid Armor to patch up Muck's lower defense, and Toxic Minimize to stall if it has to. Of course, I think we can do better than this, but congrats Koga on having one good stab move. Up last, it's the ace, Crobat, at level 44 with Double Team, Wing Attack, Quick Attack, and Toxic. Okay, you've lost me a bit again here. Quick Attack on one of the fastest mons in the game feels a bit redundant. Wing Attack is mid. Toxic, sure, that's okay I suppose. And Double Team, well, again, it could be good to stall, but now I'm starting to feel bad for the people that have had to deal with a +6 evasion Crobat. I think I'll rein it back a bit with the evasion cheese. Although it works with Koga's theme, evasion boosting is banned by Smogon for a reason. So Koga's lead. I am tempted to try and make Ariados work. I do have a soft spot for early game bugs. But as you probably know, its stats are quite underwhelming, and looking at its move pool, nothing too spectacular either. So I'm sorry, but Ariados, you're getting benched, mate. Instead, how about we go for Qwilfish? Again, its stats aren't amazing, but they're certainly better than Ariados'. Let's make it level 43 with moves Sludge Bomb, Surf, Spikes, and Toxic holding a Gold Berry. With Qwilfish being the lead, it aims to set up Spikes and Toxic you. Or maybe the AI will decide that's not worth it and just get off a strong Sludge Bomb, or a mid-surf with that base 55 special attack. Now let's follow up with Scizor. Scizor, especially in the anime, gives off a ninja-esque vibe, so I could see it working with Koga's theming. A nice resist to Psychics that otherwise give Koga a huge, hard time. We'll make it level 43 with the moves Steel Wing, Slash, Reversal, and Agility. This was a bit awkward to decide, since Scizor's moveset is pretty bad in this gen. Steel Wing is its only half-decent stab option. The only other one it gets is Fury Cutter. Slash isn't great, but a crit would deal nice damage from Scizor's attack stat. Reversal can be incredibly strong when Scizor is on low health, and about the only option for steel types. And finally, after one agility, Scizor should hopefully outspeed everything and strike hard and fast. Coming up next, Muck. He's here to stay. Honestly a really solid Pokemon. It appreciated the Gen 2 special stat split, as it gained a heap of special defense. It'll be level 44 with the moves Sludge Bomb, Body Slam, Fire Punch, and Curse. First of all, yes, I realise Fire Punch is a special move, but Sludge Bomb and Body Slam cannot handle steel types, and Fire Punch should do decent damage despite Muck's low special attack. Thanks to them either being Bug Steel or Steelix, where it's all in defense and not so much special defense. Curse is just a straight upgrade over Acid Armor. Raising attack and patching up that defense will make Muck a hard to kill tank. Also, when I played through Pokemon Battle Revolution, the MVP of my Rental Pass playthrough was a Curse Muck. It just did so well. So there's a tip if you're playing that game. Use the Muck. Up fourth is our good friend Weezing. A level 44 with the moves Sludge Bomb, Flamethrower, Thunderbolt, and Explosion! I always thought it was so cool how many special moves Weezing got. Later on it gets things like Shadow Ball and Dark Pulse as well. Its offenses are basically even, so it can do decent damage with anything. So the idea is, it'll have good coverage options and can go boom if things are looking dicey for it. But I hope you have a resist on hand. Finally the ace, Crobat at level 45. It'll know Fly, Steel Wing, Bite, and Toxic, while holding leftovers. I think all the aces are going to hold leftovers, to be honest, and the first two Elite Four members get to utilize this nicely using Fly for an extra turn of healing. Steel Wing is nice for rock and ice types, Bite is good for psychics. I mean, kinda good. It's mid, but it's something. Also, flinching would be nasty. And lastly, Toxic, a Koga classic right there. We gotta include it. So here we have Koga's team. Honestly, it was hard deciding what to go with. I considered other options such as Gligar and Venomoth, but looking at their movesets, it left a lot to be desired. Got me thinking though, it'd be fun if the bosses, especially the Elite Four, had a pool of Pokemon they choose from to make their team. Adds a bit of replayability as you'll never know exactly what's coming out next. Either way, Koga, you've come a long way from using Giga Drain only Ariados. Well done. Bruno, I have to hand it to you, I've never seen a bigger Onix appreciator than you. Elite Four using Pokemon with the same base stat total as such titans like Lickitung or Poliwrath. At least in this game, you've dialed it back from 2 to 1. So let's get into this. Bruno leads with a Hitmontop at level 42 with the moves Pursuit, Quick Attack, Dig, and Protect. I don't know what the tech does for you. Pursuit is crap for damage since it's special. Quick Attack is alright for some sort of priority since your speed is mid. And Dig is a nice coverage move. Too bad it's your strongest option. Where's the fighting move? Where's the move with base power more than 60? I don't know. Okay, Bruno is 1 for 1 on bad team members. Next up is Hitmonlee at level 42 with Swagger, Double Kick, High Jump Kick, and Foresight. Okay, we have good fighting stab, well done. Good for Gen 2 standards anyway. Swagger is risky since Hitmonlee has such bad defense, if the Swagger Pokemon hits it, Hitmonlee will faint for sure. Lastly, there's Foresight. Not even mad! If you want to take Ghost types, it's this or Mudslap or Thief. Not great, not even good really, but I'll give you a pass. 1 out of 2 on bad team members. Out next, it's Hitmonlee's brother Hitmonchan at level 42 with the 3 Elemental Punches and Mach Punch. This is a cool moveset if we were in Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Given the physical special split and the ability Iron Fist boosting all of Hitmonchan's punching moves by 20%. Only problem is we're not even in Gen 4. We're in Gen 2, where the Elemental Punches are special, and Hitmonchan has a whopping base 35 special attack. Woohoo! Good luck doing damage, Bruno. 2 out of 3 for bad team members. Up fourth is our beloved Onix, at level 43 and a respectable base stat total of 385. Hold on though, moves are on point with Bind, Earthquake, Sandstorm, and Rock Slide. At least it has good stab moves. Still not going to do that much damage to you. Sorry Onix, I do like you, but it'd have to be an incredible Onix to be a good fight in the Elite Four. Maybe if it had good DVs and effort values, it could work, but that's about it. 3 out of 4 on bad team members. Lastly, we have a Machamp at level 46. It knows Rock Slide, Foresight, Vital Throw, and Cross Chop. I love the Rock Slide for flying types. Good stuff, Bruno. Cross Chop? Pretty strong, and not too inaccurate. I respect the gamble. Vital Throw is nice since Machamp is probably going last anyway and offers a 100% accurate stab move. However, you've lost me with Foresight. Just Rock Slide the Ghost. Trust me, Bruno, it'll get the job done faster. If it's Gengar, it just does the same as Cross Chop. If it's Mischievous, then you'll wreck it because it's bad. Well done, Bruno, you salvaged the final team member. I think it's got some decent options. Though of course, some changes will be in order. 3 out of 5 of the team members are pretty bad. At least 2 out of 5 can maybe do something that resembles being a threat. And believe it or not, this is Bruno 2.0. Compared to how he is in Red and Blue, he's so bad in that game. Maybe he should have been called Puno. Am I right, folks? Bruno 3.0 is going to have the lead slot being Hitmonlee at level 44. It'll know the moves High Jump Kick, Mach Punch, Mud Slap, and Mega Kick. So as I said, this thing moves to hit ghosts are bad. But honestly, if there's a ghost, just Mud Slap spam and annoy the heck out of it. We have decent enough stab options, and Mach Punch is just nice priority. Mega Kick is mainly to be thematic, as well as it being the best option for Psychic types. Secondly, we're going to give him a Poliwrath. Part of me wanted to give him a Politoad and just make it look like, oops, you accidentally evolved it into the wrong thing. Maybe another time. Poliwrath will be level 44, having the moves Seismic Toss, Surf, Ice Punch, and Lovely Kiss. Poliwrath has awful fighting stab, so Seismic Toss it is. Surf and Ice Punch will give Bruno some very limited useful special moves. Thanks for nothing, Hitmonchan. After that, I'm thinking we use a Donphan. I can totally see Bruno having one of these bulky looking things. At level 45, it'll know Earthquake, Ancient Power, Body Slam, and Rest, holding a Mint Berry. Pretty straightforward moveset. You've got your physical moves and Rest, with a Berry to wake you up. Body Slam is nice if it can paralyze and lets Bruno's slow team get the jump on the player. And if an Ancient Power boost happens, this thing will become super scary. Fourth up, no longer an Onix, now evolved to a Steelix, level 45, and no an Earthquake, Rock Slide, Body Slam, and Iron Tail. Going for an all-out offense here to not give the player any breathing room. Evolved Onix is back with a vengeance. Lastly, the ace. Machamp at level 47 with the moves Cross Chop, Rock Slide, Body Slam, and Fire Punch. Welcome back, Cross Chop and Rock Slide, your good moves. Introducing Body Slam for paralyzing and causing power flinching possibilities with Rock Slide. And Fire Punch, honestly, just there in case Scizor or Forretress are on any teams, it'll be funny to me. Although I'm using Fire Punch here, for theming purposes, did you know Machamp actually learns Flamethrower and Fire Blast somehow? Don't ask me why, he just knows them. Here's the final team. A little bit of type diversity, and Onix can try and redeem themselves now that they're a Steelix. While some mons like Hitmonlee feel quite limited, that's just the nature of team building with certain Pokemon in Gen 2. I'm sure we've all heard that famous Pokemon quote, strong Pokemon, weak Pokemon, that's only the self-perception of people, truly skill trainers, just try to win their favourites. Well, Karen, I can believe your team is your true favourites. They're all either sick as hell, or a Murkrow, which I like, but why would you use one in the Elite Four unless it's your favourite? Right, come on, let's inspect her team properly. She leads with a level 42 Umbreon that knows Sand Attack, Confuse Ray, Feint Attack, and Mean Look. So this moveset is pretty bad. Umbreon is really bulky though, so I'm sure many of you have memories of her tanking and annoying the heck out of you with Sand Attack spam. Didn't know her favourite strategy was trolling. Next up we have Vileplume. Not a dark type, but with this Gen 2 sprite, totally looks like it could be. It's level 42 and has the moves Stun Spore, Acid, Moonlight, and Petal Dance. Pretty lackluster here. Acid is far too weak. Not sure why she has that over Sludge Bomb. And Petal Dance here is pre-buff, so it's only 70 base power. That locks you into using it, then confuses. So very mediocre on both stabs here. Third out comes Gengar, being level 45 with the absolutely overpowered Lick. Then Spite, Curse, and Destiny Bond. Talk about wasting potential here. A fast, strong, frail mon, but it can hardly deal any damage. This is seriously a what were they thinking moment. Fourth up is Murkrow, at level 44 with Quick Attack, Whirlwind, Pursuit, and Feint Attack. There's better stab options out there, and with Murkrow's low BST, it could really use them. Here comes the ace, a level 47 Houndoom with Roar, Pursuit, Flamethrower, and Crunch. Fire Dark coverage is so good, it's hard to fault Houndoom too much here. I don't think Roar is good though, with Houndoom's relative frailty, and Roar forcing it to go last. I really like the team comp, but the moves need changing, so let's give them a touch-up. Out comes Umbreon, but now it's level 45, knowing Bite, Psychic, Confuse Ray, and Toxic, and is holding a Quick Claw. I prefer Bite over Feint Attack, just in case it can outspeed and flinch, on occasion Quick Claw activating as well to increase the odds of this happening. Also, it is pretty rare the player would use an accuracy lowering move, so Feint Attack's bonus of always hitting probably won't be missed much at all. Psychic gives an option for fighting types, and I like Toxic here since, did you know? Umbreon was originally going to be Poison type. Evidence of this can be seen in some of the Pokedex entries, and it just works out nicely to have Toxic on a bulky mon. Here comes Vileplume, now at level 45, with the moves Sludge Bomb, Giga Drain, Sleep Powder, and Moonlight. With a focus on longevity, Vileplume aims to take a hit, use Giga Drain or Moonlight, or Sleep Powder to stave off fainting. And Sludge Bomb is just acid but good, so you're welcome Vileplume. Up third is the Gengar, level 45, and knowing Shadow Ball, Thunder Punch, Ice Punch, and Destiny Bond. We have the legendary Bolt Beam coverage, or rather Punch Punch, and Stab Shadow Ball in case Gengar fights some bulky Psychic types. Finally, Destiny Bond is just in case Gengar is on the low health, and can outspeed for a cheeky double knockout. Fourth up is Murkrow, at level 46 with the moves Drill Peck, Feint Attack, Steel Wing, and Icy Wind. First of all, I had no clue this thing learned Icy Wind, but hey, it's an interesting coverage move that is nice to lower the trainer's Pokemon speed at the same time. We have a solid stab now in Drill Peck, and okay stab in Feint Attack. Lastly, Steel Wing just helps with the rock/ice matchups. Out appears Houndoom at level 48 with the moves Flamethrower, Crunch, Fire Blast, and Return, and is holding leftovers. She retains the excellent stab option, and now has a powerful Fire Blast at her disposal. Lastly, Return is mainly thematic, that Karen is supposedly using her favourites, so I imagine her Houndoom would like her quite a lot. Unsure what the actual happiness stat is set to, but if we could adjust it, let's turn that up to the max. Here's Karen's team. It stayed the same, first time I've ever done that, but all the moves have been updated immensely. This team feels pretty threatening to me now. Truly, Karen has earned her spot as the toughest Elite Four member. Lance's team is pretty similar looking to how it is in Red and Blue, except the Dragonairs have evolved and he's added a Charizard to the mix. Now don't question why his team is weaker, maybe they just weren't training for 2 years and gradually they leveled down? I'm not sure, probably something in the Johto water that's making everyone so weak. He leads with his trusty Gyarados at level 44, knowing the moves Flail, Rain Dance, Surf and Hyper Beam. So as I mentioned in my Gym Leader video, Gyarados doesn't really have the best of move pools, so I can't be too harsh here. What do? Go for special coverage that does less damage? Or just flail on Hyper Beam and hope it carries you? Next up is Dragonite 1, level 47, and it knows Thunder Wave, Twister, Thunder, and Hyper Beam. And Dragonite 2, that is the same except swap Thunder and Blizzard. Why does Lance the champion have Twister as his Dragon Stab when Dragon Breath and Outrage are right there? Sorry, but 40 base power stab is all he's allowed. Don't worry, his strong Thunder and Blizzard that only hits 70% of the time. Yeah, not the ideal moveset in my eyes. After that, here comes the colossal fossil Aerodactyl. It's level 46 and knows Wing Attack, Ancient Power, Rock Slide, and Hyper Beam. Guys, Lance is straight up cheating. Take a guess how? He has an Aerodactyl with Rock Slide. I looked up on Bulbapedia and checked on Pokemon Showdown. Rock Slide is an illegal move in Gen 2. Did the devs make an accident and forget they made the move pools as bad as they did? They just assumed, oh yeah, give Lance's Aerodactyl Rock Slide, it's obvious. Well, Game Freak, it's not obvious apparently. Yeah, get exposed, Game Freak. Fifth is Charizard at level 46. It has Flamethrower, Wing Attack, Slash, and Hyper Beam. Fairly mundane moveset for Charizard. Feels a bit like an in-game moveset. Finally is the third Dragonite, a tough cookie at level 50 with Fire Blast, Safeguard, Outrage, and Hyper Beam. So there's the Outrage. At least one of the Dragonites has a strong Dragon move. Also, Fire Blast is way nicer than Blizzard, or Thunder, since for some reason it has 85% accuracy. Safeguard is a strange pick, but hey. Lastly, Hyper Beam. Every one of Lance's team members has it, which is kinda cool. Too bad none of them get stab on it, but with his team's attack stats, it's definitely a strong offensive move. We've got a fair bit of changing to do for this guy. Not looking good for you level 47 Dragonites, I'll say that. Okay, to start with, leading off the champion battle is his trusty Gyarados, now level 47, knowing the moves Surf, Icy Wind, Flail, and Hyper Beam, and holding the pink bow. Okay, Gyarados is a bit whack. Sorry mate, you do get way better in Gen 3 and especially Gen 4. But here, poor lad doesn't even get Earthquake. So since the moves aren't the best, we can at least let it annoy the player with Icy Wind lowering speed. Even a fast Pokemon probably won't outspeed anymore after one of those. Flail and Hyper Beam, like in the original moveset, are about as good as you can do for physical moves, and the pink bow will boost their power by 1.1 times. Maybe I should have given Gyarados Frustration since it knows it's in a game where its true power is not unlocked. After that, Kingdra's here. No surprises I give Lance this guy. Make it level 47 and give it Surf, Ice Beam, Dragon Breath, and Hyper Beam. Kingdra is such a nice Pokemon defensively. Its only weakness is to Dragon moves, which is fairly unlikely the player will have that. Overall, Kingdra has good stab and coverage. Third up is Aerodactyl, at level 48 with the moves Wing Attack, I guess, Ancient Power, Earthquake, and Hyper Beam. So Lance has done the crime and done the time, as Aerodactyl no longer knows Rock Slide. Which sucks for his Aerodactyl, sorry dog. At least we have some mid-stab options, and good coverage overall. Earthquake is nice to ideally outspeed and take out electric types. Here comes one of Game Freak's favourites, Charizard. This fire flying type will be at level 48 and know Flamethrower, Earthquake, Steel Wing, and Bite. So obviously we have Flamethrower for stab, Earthquake again for those pesky electric types, and Steel Wing is nice for the rock types that hard counter Charizard. Lastly, Bite was a choice I wasn't initially going for, but then I remembered about the water psychic types. Outspeeding and potentially flinching Slowbro and Slowking is a countermeasure better than most could hope for. Coming out 5th, we have a non-dragon type. It's not even a flying type! It's Lapras! It'll be level 48 and no Surf, Ice Beam, Psychic, and Thunderbolt. Unlike Price, this time the Lapras is going all out. I love how it learns great type coverage, and I don't think many people can say they dislike Lapras. Here it comes, the big lad Dragonite at level 50, and having Outrage, Flamethrower, Thunderbolt, and Extreme Speed as its moveset while holding a Bitter Berry. Bitter Berry clears confusion here, so Lance, feel free to spam Outrage. Flamethrower and Thunderbolt provide excellent coverage and Extreme Speed, of course, to outspeed and nab a KO Lance otherwise may not get. And we have to make some use of that immense attack stat. Here we have it. The final team isn't super changed. After all, there's not enough Dragon types in the game, and these non-Dragon types are about as close as you can get. Inclusion of Kingdra was obvious, and Lapras was a cool suggestion, so I'm glad I read the comments from the first video. Also, I considered using a Meganium. Its appearance resembles that of a sauropod dinosaur, according to Bulbapedia. And as we all know, dinosaurs equal Dragon type. It's just logic! If it made the cut, it'd have been level 48 with the moves Leech Seed, Giga Drain, Earthquake, and Ancient Power. What do you guys think? Yay or nay for Meganium? Well guys, what do you think? The maximum level of the Elite Four hasn't changed. Lance's Ace and both are still level 50. We've just tried to close the gap and give more competent movesets, which a lot of the Elite Four absolutely needed. Looking at you, Gengar! Comment below what you think of these team comps, and let me know your own ideas for the teams. And guys, thank you everyone for sticking around this long. I hope you all have an excellent day, and I'll catch you all later.